Hey guys, welcome to another episode of The Aspiring Entrepreneur. I'm your host, Hamza Chowdhury. Guys, it's been a couple weeks since I've been with you. I miss you guys. It is June 8th, 2021. Still in the process of moving, have a majority of my stuff. I'm able to come online. But guys, I hope you're doing well. There's so much that's been happening in the market. I hope you've been playing the market well. And I'm just so happy for so many different reasons that I wanted to cover in this video. Some of the stocks that have been moving, and of course some of the stocks that we usually cover. I will try to keep this video short and sweet, but again guys, thank you again for all your support, and I hope to get back online here as I sort of get settled into my new spot. And so starting off with Apple, guys, just recent price movement. You know, when I saw this sort of 200-day consolidation here recently on the daily, what I was really looking for was a retest here at the bottom. And so breaking through the 200-day, a lot of people would obviously sort of freak out. And what I was looking for was to pick up call contracts right here at the 123 level. And that's exactly what I did. And typically when I do calls, I usually like to day trade them, or typically if I see that there's potential for a good bounce, I'll hold on to them. And in this case, I ended up selling them on the push here to 125, 126 on Friday. And so you can see that we clearly broke the 20-day, and here on this sort of yellow line here, we can see that the 50-day is acting as resistance here at the top. But it was still a solid swing from 123 to 128 in about 3 trading sessions. And so I hope you guys capture that move. Again, as we act as 50-day acts as resistance for Apple, it's going to act as resistance. We can see definitely a bounce now, possibly off the 20-day of 125.50 this week. And then, like I said, I can see continue upside for Apple. As you can see, it consolidated very well, but really we've been moving sideways really since the split back here in September. Okay, the ones I really wanted to talk about was definitely AMC, guys. I actually do want to bring this up on my day trading chart. As you can see, you know, we've been covering AMC, you know, way back when it first broke out, way back here, and it's just totally a squeeze, a major squeeze, and it was just a great short. I hope a lot of you guys got both long and short. Again, you guys know that I have no bias. I play both directions. And so when we had this massive move here, this is the day here on the 3rd that they announced the offering. Okay, and so that caused the stock to tank. But we know from experience that that the stock tends to get bought up. And what was really interesting on this day specifically was that look what the algos did is they sold off the entire stock down to 30. It was like 36. And then they bought it back up only to make new highs. And so they flush everybody out, get everybody out of the trade, and then they hold this key level here where we first broke out, and then they buy it back. And so that was really interesting. And so this was definitely a lesson of staying patient and waiting for the right opportunities. Like I mentioned, I was both, you know, long and short AMC. You can definitely get burned, and you have to be able to take some heat. A lot of times if you're trying to stop 25, 50 cents on these stocks, guys, it's really hard because you can see that these candles are essentially, you know, in some cases a buck or 50 cents on a single candle. And so really the key here is to understand your game plan and have a good key risk management plan. And so you can see the last 3 days we've really been consolidating and holding levels. And so I actually have found, you know, when we get these sort of these engulfing red candles, right, these are candles that we start to see a possible reversal. And of course, when we're trading under our fast moving SMA line as well. And so there's several opportunities here to short for move and make and potentially hold along. The reason why I'm a little more short biased, right, is at the end of the day, I don't want to be holding onto a stock that was trading $12 2 weeks ago for 50, 60 bucks. Okay. And so definitely, you know, when you have moves like this and you have flushes out, right, these are things that essentially make most people nervous and they tend to sell. But you can see here that there's a clear top here at AMC around $60. And then you can also see that there's been some consolidation and support here in the 50s. And so between 50 to 60 is where we've been. And so if we see a breakdown of this level here under 50, then I can definitely see a retest back into the 30s. But as long as we can hold this key level, guys, we can definitely see a breakout over 60. And that's what I would be looking up for the next leg up back to here around $70. Okay. And so if you're waiting to get into a long, wait for the $60 level. If you're waiting to short back, I would check 70, and that's what I would be risking is $70. And again, you might have to risk 1 or 2 points depending on your risk management plan. Clover Health, guys, we used to cover this stock. I know someone on the channel mentioned recently that they were holding on to it. I know some of you guys were holding on to it since the teens. And guys, I've been killing these trades. I did make a mistake on Clover yesterday. Towards the end of the day, I did not cover, and you guys can quickly see what happened. And that's not like me. Definitely staying patient and holding on, but these stocks are momentum stocks, and not covering a short was not a good idea. As you can clearly see, we totally gapped up, and so I did take a hit on Clover today on the last trade, although it was my second biggest winner yesterday. And like I mentioned, being short bias is complete breakout, and so again, you can see it's trading over the fast moving average, and you can see that it's holding key levels here with clear topper at 2178. And so really what we want to see is a breakdown. Okay, and so this level here that it consolidated in the pre-market around the 16s was really interesting because it totally didn't sell off and get people out of the trade. It just broke out up to 25, which was incredible. I mean, this move was absolutely incredible, and the volume was traded. Right now, the recording of this video, we're an hour and a half away from market close, and we've already traded close to 600 million shares, guys. And so AMC is traded like less than half of that, and so it just tells you where are the people in the trade. And so again, same thing, guys. If you want to go for a long, you can wait for a break at 22. And again, if you want a short, you can also look for a breakdown of this sort of consolidation here under 19. And then, like I said, I really expect this thing to hold. And that's why I basically covered for a loss. And so one of the things I wanted to take away in this video, guys, is that although I've been, you know, the trades the last week or so have been completely solid. There's been a lot of momentum, a lot of great stocks. It's sort of a fine line between trusting yourself and staying in a trade. I had many opportunities to get out of Clover yesterday for another win on this last trade, and I decided not to take it, thinking that there was bigger meat to the move. And the reason why it was sort of a false thinking was, if you can see, this thing was clearly uptrending. Okay, and so if you see, it was clearly uptrending yesterday, and instead of sort of taking that move and realizing that this thing's uptrending, it's clearly gonna, you know, squeeze with 36% short interest, right? It was clearly something that you should just cut loose. And so I had the opportunity to get out, I didn't. I've also had opportunities like in Cciv, which I shorted yesterday as well. Let me pull that up real quick. And it was the same sort of idea. Okay, it's uptrending, and it also squeezed today, and then of course it sold off back to this key level here, which I was shorting around 25.25. And so I was just recycling the short yesterday. It was great, and then like I said, I ended up getting busy with work, and that's another thing for a lot of you guys who have jobs. You can't, it's hard to day trade when you're doing jobs. And so I went to the gym, and I didn't have my exit was 2 cents off, and it ended up costing me an entire point up in this move. And then of course you saw what happened today. And so my exit that I had placed was down here at 25.20, and I think we got down here to like 25. The low here was what, 25.21. So I missed it by like a penny or two. And so it kept up trending. You can see it gapped up, and again, poor risk management on my part for letting it get that far out. And then of course it came back down when we had this market sell off today, and of course it would have been green. But you got to cut your losers, guys, and move on. And so this market, if anything, has told you guys that you can lose more than you think you can handle. Cut the risk, cut the losses, you know, put the stop in place. When you're trading stocks like AMC and even potentially Clover, know that 25-50 cent stops are really difficult because they tend to move a lot. And so you could have a potential 1-to-1 ratio, 1-to-2, whatever that may look up for you. But know that there's just a lot of good sort of momentum, and there's a lot of good volume. And so the liquidity means you can get in and out of these trades relatively quickly. So with that said, guys, like I mentioned, you know, momentum's back, and there's just a lot of good tickers. I'll follow up with more tickers tomorrow or later this week. I just thought today I'd kind of come on and give you guys my 2 cents with all these recent momentum stocks. I hope you guys are killing it. As always, guys, post a question or comment below, and feel free to hit that like button. As always, guys, we depend on your support to help grow our channel. And as always, guys, I'm glad to be back with you. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. Take care. Bye-bye.